Okay, Expert Gunner here. We are in Estonia, and I've been thinking for a while, well, for the longest time, 2025, that I wanted to get fit. However, I did get ill back in end of March, and it lasted 5 months. Basically, I had this tick bite in the end, which caused me a load of chronic pain, high fevers, and I don't know, there was points in my life during that period I actually thought I was going to die. I thought I had cancer or something really bad. I went to the hospital on 4 separate occasions. The last time I eventually had a CT scan, they said I was clear. It wasn't until some blood tests picked it up, but it took such basically a long time to diagnose, and I couldn't understand what was wrong with me. But I mean, for me, I had long-lasting fever. When I first got sick, I literally had a fever of 39 to 40, and it lasted over a month. I took a course of antibiotics and some other medication, took the fever down eventually, but I started to get this pain in my abdomen, my side of my back, and my backs, and it just made it really hard to sleep. I couldn't lay on my back, I could only lay on one side. If I turned, I was in absolute agony. I couldn't hardly walk. I had to brace myself when getting up from a sitting position, or if I was taking steps, sometimes I would just get like this wave of pain, and I just couldn't understand it for the longest time. I really think it's very severe sickness. I mean, being diagnosed with a tick bite disease, Lyme's disease, is quite severe in itself, but nobody could really tell me what was going on. Anyway, so that kind of destroyed most of my plans for 2025. I wanted to kind of progress my YouTube channel, make more videos, make more content, and everything kind of stalled. My desire to get fit was thrown out the window. You know, my wife literally had to do everything for 5 whole months, you know, and this is all considering that we had a newborn son at the end of November in 2024, so that actually happened at a worse time. So eventually in September I started to feel better. I went to see this alternative medicine specialist, and I took some, let's say, special serums for a course of 2 weeks, and then in the end I started to get better, but the pain was like nothing I ever had before. You know, you don't appreciate your health or being healthy and living a normal life until you're actually taken out with something like this. You know, having your mobility taken away, taking each day with every movement, fearing if you're going to be in absolute agony with every step.
15:45.
Thing. You know, something that I don't wish on anybody. But anyway, it gave me a lot to think about, and you know, just getting back to, you know, the time last year we went on holiday, we went to vacation in Italy, and the only way I could actually enjoy that was taking painkillers. Yeah, I could take some painkillers and then I could go on a walk for 5 or 10k through the mountains, and this was fine. It was like I was taking some super pill, but as soon as it wore off I was back to, you know, almost needing a wheelchair. There aren't words. I just can't explain it to anybody. No one really gets to appreciate what it is to live a normal life unless you've been through something like this. So value your health, respect it, you know, take care of yourself, and you know, always be thankful for every day you can live normally. That's what I would say. You know, so 2025 gave me a lot to reflect on, especially when I kind of got over this in the end of September. considering. I have a little boy now. I want to see him grow up, you know. He's the center of our world. We love him very much. He's very special. But anyway, you know, getting back to reflection, it made me think about all the things that I kind of missed out on last year, the things I was grateful for. You know, I really appreciate my wife. She was an absolute hero, managing to do everything. I don't know. What can I say? I'm glad to be back, and I'm thankful for everybody that, you know, supported me and tried to help me through this dark period. But as we are in January 2026, I really want to kind of progress things this year. I want to kind of make up for lost time. So I'm thinking what to do with the channel. I want to make some more content. I'm very focused on kind of PC tech, gaming tech and stuff like this, but I don't have huge budgets to be able to buy lots of gear. I do what I can when I can. So I'll try to find interesting topics that kind of help, maybe PC tweaks, optimization. I know my video from last year about the loudness EQ is quite popular. I know it's worked for a majority of people, but some people have, you know, had some issues, so it's not a guaranteed fix for everybody. There are some Realtek devices, some wireless headsets or other manufacturers where they actually restrict any modifications at the driver level, so even if you try to apply loudness EQ, it's not going to work. So it got me thinking what other options there are. So there are some other software tools that you can use within Windows that would enable this kind of functionality. Also, Elgato released I think Wavelink 3, which you no longer need a product for to use, so there may be some option with this. So I'm thinking in the next couple of weeks or so I might try and do some configurations and see what works, and maybe publish a video that can help these people that have struggled with the previous one. Anyway, also into 2026, I really want to try and achieve my fitness goals. I've never been bigger and more unhealthy than I am now. You know, I contribute that to lifestyle, poor eating, lack of exercise, and also some of the impact that I had from having my illness for 5 months. So it wasn't easy to try and do things, but as we are trying to make changes and reach new, let's say, milestones and achievements, then I'm trying to get to the gym, trying to do things. I have got a new sports buddy. I picked up this a few days ago. This is the Garmin Fenix 8 Pro. I saw a listing on Facebook Marketplace for a brand new model, well, for a brand new Silverbox unit, 51. This is 51mm. They had it listed for 870. I got him down to 850, but here in Estonia and most of Europe, it's a 1,300 euro watch. So I kind of had to grab it. I had already had the Tactic 7, which I've had since I think May 2022, May or June 20, I think June 2022. So I've had it over 3.5 years now. It's been a great solid watch. It had, the only downside with it is it had the memory and pixel display, which for my aging eyes, I'm 45 now, is, I don't know, struggle to see it in some lighting conditions. So I do like the fact that the OLED, the AMOLED screen is very good, very clear. Did I need it? Probably not, but the price made it worth it. So I've already got a buyer lined up for my Fenix. We'll go meet today. So I've sold that basically for about 550. So this is effectively what, 350 euro upgrade. Oh, 300. So all in all, I'd say that's quite a good deal. I can't complain. 300 euros for an upgrade to this watch from a watch I've already had for 3.5 years. I'm not going to argue with that. Anyway, here we are, my local gym. I was actually contemplating to cancel the membership, Golden Club, because literally I haven't gone. I've been paying for a membership for nearly a whole year, and I've probably only been about 4 times in that whole period. So not a great investment. So I'm going to give it a shot today. We have a treadmill at home as well, so I'm thinking, should I mix it up, have some exercise at home, on the yoga mat and the treadmill, and then come here when I can't really do it at home. I mean, we have an apartment, so it's not always ideal when you want to do exercise. The child has a sleep routine during the day and in the evenings, so he will always be the priority. So I need to find things to do either outside at the gym here and do things at home when I can. But again, organization as well plays into this. So, there's things I want to accomplish this year. It's growing my channel, hopefully I can reach that 1,000 subscribers, and the number and the hours needed, and there's a few criteria that's needed to start monetization. Maybe this will help spur on progression with the channel, but also I welcome comments and suggestions for video ideas. I've done all kinds of things on my channel. I started 5+ years ago, just kind of just to see what happened. One of my early videos was installing a Garmin car camera, Garmin Tandem, sorry, which is basically a car crash detection security camera. And that video actually received quite good number of views. I mean, in 5 years it's been 95,000, so I never imagined any of my videos would have that many views. I mean, they're consistent. I'd say it's a long period of time, but it's not bad. And when you look at those numbers, you think, oh, what could you achieve if you had something really interesting? Because things like that, installing a parking kit for a Garmin car camera, is quite niche. So there's more popular topics out there. So also in the end of 2024, I did a washing machine repair. I managed to replace the spider drum on our Samsung washing machine just before the child got born. So rather than repair it, I decided that I would try to actually recycle it, or actually buy new parts for it and try to repair it, and that was successful. And I've actually got some content. I was thinking of making a video on that. So my channel is not just going to focus on specific niche, say, for example. It can be other things as well. So if you have some suggestions or things you might want to see from someone that's into all kinds of things, then I'll be glad to hear it. Anyway, here's to beginning of 2026, and let's hope I can reach some of these goals. Anyway, as always, my videos tend to be unscripted. I just kind of speak from my mind or what I'm thinking about. So I hopefully it's been coherent. You've been able to understand what I'm talking about. And without further ado, let's get into this gym. Peace. See you in the next one.